All right, folks, Plug Power. This has got to be the stock of the day. Trading over 60 million shares. Normally trades just 17 million. That's his average daily volume. Morgan Stanley saying buy this stock ahead of tomorrow. They've got the Plug Symposium 2021. Here comes green hydro. Joining me now, Michelle Snyder, Kim Mahoney. Michelle, I've been in and out of this stock for 20 years. We're back in it. Are you a buyer?
Well, obviously, yesterday would have been the better day. Right now, we just headed right into resistance at the 200-day moving average and the 50-week. So I would say if we get over there, we have a new phase and we have a whole new risk parameter. So I would wait, actually, at this point, rather than buy right into the resistance.
Ken?
Well, look, the stock's gone parabolic the last 6 days. Today's up 12%. And everybody knows about the conference tomorrow. So to me, Charles, it sets up like perfect sell the news. Other situations out there, a lot better risk reward. So again, if it wasn't up 6 days in a row, and if there wasn't a conference to sell into, I'd be okay with the technicals.
Right.
But that's what it feels like. I feel like this is a setup for sell the news.
That's smart. And by the way, it's up 7 days in a row. These conferences, I'm going to do a special on these conferences. These analyst calls, they are much more important every single day. All right, let's talk about something that you might be excited about, Ken. The electric vehicle side. Tesla. That's been hinting at a monster breakout. It really acts great. I mean, considering that Cathie Wood has been lighting up in her position, is this a name you're looking at right now?
Yes, you're looking at it. Probably Cathie Wood's trim a little bit, but let's be clear. Her flagship fund, ARKK, owns 11%. The second highest is Teletype at 5.5%. So it's more about positioning. Very interesting chart, Charles. I mean, through August, end of August, stocks unchanged. Then it's up about 10%. Relative strength against this weak market, really. It's doing pretty well. Now, get this, though. On Friday, stock third Friday, in, as we know, is stock expiration, right? So as it turns out, half of those options with Tesla are going to expire. So I think there's a little magnet short-term, Charles, towards that 800 mark, you know, where they expire. Mm-hmm. But after that, I hope it continues to follow this trend. And at this point, has great relative strength. So we like the name right now, Charles.
Is this breaking out for you now, Michelle?
Well, actually, today is having what they call an inside day. Candlestick people know it as a harami, which is a pause, which is a great opportunity if you want to trade it more actively to buy it if it breaks out of yesterday's range, and that high was 812.32, and you can have a pretty light risk to under yesterday's low, which was at 796.57. Right here, that pause could turn out either way, so yeah. I would give it another day.
Yeah, we took profits a week ago, and I'm like champing at the bit like, golly, did I get out too soon? But that's how it is with these great high beta names. Hey, today was supposed to be all about financials, right? We're going to lead the charge. The earnings came out. BlackRock doing okay, but almost all the other banks are getting slammed on JPMORGAN's numbers. So is there any bank, anything in this whole financial area, Ken, that you're looking at that, by the way, you would own going into their earnings report?
So, again, I don't like, first off, if you buy like a day or two before earnings, it feels like Russian roulette. Anything can happen. I don't like that.
Right.
And by the way, JP Morgan, great management, Jamie Dimon, blows away numbers, and the stock's down 4 points. So any other banks that come up may get greedy like that. And at the same token, I don't like it. So I don't like that setup. I don't like the way JP Morgan traded today. And I think it doesn't bode well for other banks that are going to be coming up on deck.
Yeah, banks are so tough. I mean, they beat by a gazillion %, the most mind-boggling numbers ever, and the stocks are down, right? And usually you wait a day or two. Maybe that's the best time. Michelle, I got to ask you to use your technical prowess, right? Because these meme stocks in general are really acting great today. What are some of your potential buys using your technical analysis?
Well, I really like GameStop here because it actually cleared the 50-day moving average. And I'm watching very carefully Clover Health because I happen to like the whole health space right now. That has a little bit more it has to do to get through 850. And we can't discount AMC, but it has also a little more work to do. It needs to clear 40. Okay. And then I'd be a lot more optimistic.
Yeah. Someone sent me a chart on Twitter. I think it's an ascending triangle. To your point, it's on the cusp maybe of a big technical buy. All right, today, to this session, I think if we close higher, and I think we might, Ken, if we could close high, rally into the close at the high of the session, would that for you be a buy signal?
I like it. This is a good setup here. Think about it. You know, sometimes you come in hot into earnings. We get some disappointment, high expectations, sell the news. We're limping into earnings. All the DC dysfunction. It'd be nice to take that DC dysfunction, put it on the back burner, and let us breathe a little bit. Let these technology companies, the larger ones, you know, the best of the best, go out there and beat estimates and raise guidance. And I think the market today is starting to snoop that out a little bit, Charles.
I think so, too. We're seeing the so-called value plays not really doing what they're supposed to do. Michelle, Ken, that was a fantastic segment. I hope people wrote those ideas down. I got a feeling you guys are going to be absolutely right.